What's up, guys? Today we are back with a very special video. We are finally going to be talking about our cruise on the Carnival Conquest. It was like
back in July.
Yeah, it was like forever ago. Hello. We're finally going to wrap that up for you guys, give you guys a proper review of that. So we have, of course, you guys know we're going to have the good, the meh, or the not so good, and then we're going to have the bad, the things that we thought, you know, could definitely be improved, or situations that kind of put a damper on the cruise for a moment, you know. Now, the bad we're going to talk about last, because we actually have two very specific stories about that. So let's go ahead and start with the good. The first thing that was good, Mama, on our list was the
decor.
Yes, the decor of the Carnival Conquest. What a beautiful ship. I specifically remember the dining room had like Eiffel Towers surrounding us, and they like lit up at the top and everything. It was really, really cool. What was the atrium? The atrium was like...
Atrium was like different paintings and stuff.
Yeah.
Remember, like artwork, like French type.
It was really, really nice, but it still was really colorful too. Like, it reminded me a little bit of the Glory, about how colorful the Glory was. If you guys remember earlier this year, we were on the Glory. You can click on the eye, and I believe it's right above my head. If not, it's above her head, blinking right now. Click on that eye to go and check out those cruise vlogs. They're a ton of fun with me and Papa Hokum.
And remember, like, the theater was decored with, like, Moulin Rouge. It was red. Remember, it had all the things in there?
Oh, that's right.
It was really pretty.
I did forget about that. Yeah, no, the theater, it had, like, these, like, towers on the side of it, and it was
like I said, it was Moulin Rouge. That's in Paris.
That was the first thing on the good list. The second thing on the good list, Mama, you really liked this one.
The quality of the shows.
Yeah, the quality of the shows on the Conquest, specifically the show Flick. You guys know that we're a big fan of the show Flick. If you have not seen the show Flick, it's on many ships now, but it debuted on the Vista, so we saw it first last November out of New York on the Vista, and it was honestly like the best show we've ever seen. And so when we heard that it was going to be on the Conquest, we both looked at each other and we both made like a you know, kind of sound and face, because we was like,
how is that going to fit? Because it's so...
Right.
On the Vista, they had it so spread out because, you know, they have the whole theater set up different where they can maneuver and manipulate the stage around with the chairs. Mm-hmm. But in the Conquest, everything is static and nailed down.
Right, right. So all the chairs, they don't move. So we was very interested to see, because like she was saying, like on the Vista, a lot of the stuff happened in like the center of the room as opposed to up on the stage. So we was really interested to see, okay, were they going to put like a stage on top of some of the seating and shut the seating up, because that's what they do on like the Breeze, the Dream, and the Magic when they
for
have
like divas.
Yeah, for like divas and Latin nights, they'll have like a runway that comes out, and it literally just sits on top of the chair. So we thought, okay, maybe they're going to do that, but they didn't. They actually was able to do it on the stage, and we thought it looked almost better than when it did. Like, he was able to see stuff, I thought, a lot better, you know, from all points of the lounge, which that's a whole different story we're not going to get into about the Vista's lounge, but he was able to see stuff a whole lot better, and just the entertainers, the musicians. I think you guys probably, every other clip in the evenings was of that atrium show band. I absolutely freaking loved them. They were I want to say it was Midnight Groove, that's what it was. Yeah. Midnight Groove, that was their name.
You loved it. And I mean, you even talked to one of the lead singers there at one point, you know, off camera.
They are fantastic. And I actually noticed that the drummer of that, he's going to be on the Horizon. I noticed he was on the inaugural team for the Horizon.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be seeing him again. Third thing on our good list, Mama, is
our dining room staff.
Yes.
They were absolutely amazing.
Yes, they were. You're going to blow a hole in that table when you hit that thing any harder. Seriously though, they were fantastic. Sergi and his team, they took excellent care of us. We literally never had to ask for anything, and that's really the way it should be. Mm-hmm. But you know, it was like above and beyond that. Like when we were ordering off the menu, you know, we would look at everything and we'd be like, okay, I know what you want, you know what you want, and then boom, there's Sergi. Like he's like just popped out of thin air.
They were awesome.
Yeah, they were right there with us the entire time.
And I'll say this too, like a lot of people that may be new cruisers or old cruisers that may not realize, we do your time dining. We always do that. But you can always request your same wait staff every night.
Good tip.
Because we like to have that consistency, even though sometimes we might not be able to be there right at 6 o'clock. We might get there at 6:30. We can still say, you know, when you go that first night and you find out who your waiter is, you can go the next night and say, hey, can I get in Sergi's section?
Yeah, you don't say, I want table number 142, because then you may not get that, and they may look at you and say, I'm sorry, 142 is taken. But if you say, if you get the name of the waiter that you like, and you say, I want to be put in, you know, Sergi's section that night. So then Sergi has a section of tables. It's usually like, you know, 12 to 15 tables that he will look after, him and his team will look after. And they will see if there's a table available in that section, and if so, they'll be happy to seat you in that section.
I mean, that happened to us, like the first night, you know, that we did later on, like on the Pride, you know, we went in later. We went at like 7:15.
Yeah.
You know, and then the next night, you know, we were there at 6, and then one night we were there at 6:30. So, you know, it just, we
it's
always
really
ask our same, you know, as long as you ask for your same waiter and you find out who your waiter is that first night, if you really like that team. Now, if you don't and you want to go elsewhere, fine.
Just walk in and give them your room number, and boom, they'll seat you somewhere else. But we really like the flexibility of your time dining to being that, you know, we don't have to be at, you know, dinner at 6 if, you know, maybe we want to watch Sail Away, or maybe, you know, somebody has a spa treatment at 5:30. Well, you know, then you can't be at dinner at 6. So we like that flexibility, but then at the same time we also like having the regular wait staff, so you are able to do that upon request.
I love you, but you know, I don't think you could stand to go to Lido buffet for dinner and miss chocolate melting cake.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
And we did find something else out too. We actually had some people last time on the last cruise that went to the dining room just for dessert.
For the melting cake, yeah.
Just
so
for
I guess
dessert.
you could do that too. You know, if you have like a sign dining and well, no, you can't jump from a sign to your sign. If you have a sign dining and you miss dining, you're just screwed. You can't have melting cake that night. I'm sorry.
But we had like somebody went to something else, and then they said, oh, well, we still want dessert in the main dining room, so they went to the main dining room just for dessert.
Yeah, and that's perfectly acceptable. I never thought about that, but like that's a great tip actually. So that is our 3 good things. That's the things that we thought were best about the Carnival Conquest. Now we're gonna get into the things. The meh is what we like to call it, which is it didn't like ruin our cruise by any means at all. It was just something that when we look back, we was like, this could have been a little better, you know? So, the first thing on that list is gonna be, this was my decision, by the way.
Yeah, we're kind of torn on this one.
Yeah.
But you're saying it was the cabin steward. I personally didn't have a problem with the cabin steward. He always greeted me in the hallway, everything. He just didn't make it that big of an impression on you.
Right. No, I literally never saw him. I don't know what I can't tell you what he looked like. I can't tell you what his name is.
Well, the
I
other
can't tell
thing
you.
you didn't like was he didn't give you a towel animal at night, only in the daytime.
That's also true. That's also true. I like my towel animal at night, you know? Like, it's like that surprise. Like,
and
you walk in, your bed covers are pulled down.
Twice a day. So.
Yeah, we did. But you walk in, you pull your bed, you know, your bed covers are down, and right there's your towel animal with your fun times for tomorrow. It's just like, it's the thing you do when you come into your room after dinner. And it wasn't there. But no, in all seriousness, our cabin steward, I think personally...
I mean, our room was clean. You know,
yeah,
he
no,
did
our
his
room
job.
was always clean. I just think that if the cabin steward is for that room, if I was that cabin steward, I would make it my purpose to make sure I knew the names of everyone in that room, and, you know, knew, what they liked, just something about them to make that connection. You don't just, just, necessarily the parent or the
I mean, like, one of the things we
person.
like, and I mean, now he did do right was, he did give us ice in our room consistently. Because we're the type of people, we always like to have ice in our rooms. Not everybody does, and that's something you actually have to request.
Right.
And he always did have ice in our rooms, and he always, like I said, greeted me by name. But he didn't reach you.
Yeah,
You just didn't know
I
it.
never knew him, so that's why we're torn on that one. So our cabin steward just wasn't...
We're torn. Okay?
Yeah, we're torn on that one. Next up on the mat was the length of our cruise. So, we are, turns out, not fans of 4-day cruises. No, the 4-day cruise, the one thing I did like about it, and this could kind of go with good, but it's just because of the cruise length, that's why we didn't put it in there. They did not lack on the amount of activities Like we still had every activity sans the mixology contest. We had every single activity that we have on a 7-day cruise. They put it into that 4-day cruise. So I'm telling you, we were doing stuff at like 8 o'clock in the morning till like 12 o'clock at night. Like,
yeah, and we were exhausted.
Right? No, we were like we need a vacation from this vacation. Like seriously.
But I mean, it was still fun. But I mean, just the 4-day for me
it made it seemed really rushed. Like because we were always doing something, it went by like that, and we didn't, you didn't really have time to take everything in.
And like the last night, of your cruise, you usually want to relax or whatever. We're in Nassau.
Yeah, we were in Nassau that day. So we was like sitting, I remember we were sitting on the beach, and I like looked over at her, and I was like, can you believe tomorrow at this time, we're going to be in Fort Lauderdale, like sweating and like walking through a terminal, and it was not, that... It has nothing to do with like, the overall ship, the Carnival Conquest. We just personally were not a fan of the 4-day cruise.
And some people are. Some people like the shorter cruises, and I understand, if you live close to a port.
Yeah, or you're going a weekend getaway.
Right.
I get that.
I can get that, but it's not our thing.
Yeah, it's not our thing. So, the final thing on the man list, Mama, was...
The age of the ship was actually, the Conquest is a beautiful ship, but there was some parts of the ship, like outside, that you could see its age.
Which is really, really funny because they just sent as of today, which is October the 21st. They just sent the ship into dry dock about 3 weeks ago. It just came out, I think, last week. And to my knowledge, they didn't really do any like. Major cosmetic, like what was needed. Like, for example, the top deck, like the decking had been
like ridges.
Yeah, it was reset. Like the wood had been worn away to the point where the grooves were sticking above the wood. So like it was time for that change.
Some of the rust.
Our balcony in our suite, mind you, the balcony, like you could see rust at the bottom of it and stuff.
Which is we're nitpicking.
We are really pushing it here. Okay, like. Please don't we're not like this did not ruin our cruise I said in any way, shape, or form. This was just like nice. Looking at the ship, giving it a proper critique. This was what we noticed.
And the Conquest is the oldest of its class.
Right. Yeah. So understandable that there is some wear and tear there. Just I wish that when they put in the dry dock, which they put in a beautiful Serenity deck, and the photos that I've seen look absolutely amazing. I just wish that maybe they had extended that dry dock another week so they could have done some heavy cosmetic work, you know what I mean? So that is the meh things that we had on our list. Now we're gonna get to the juicy stuff, the real meat of this. So this is what you guys all want to know. What's bad about the Carnival Conquest? What didn't you guys like when you were on it? Well, there is really only one thing that on the Carnival Conquest specifically related to that ship that we thought this has got to improve, in order for us to...
And this is specific to, people like us. Not everybody's going to have an effect by this.
No, and you'll understand what we mean in a second. Now, there's 2 other things on this list, and we're going to get to that in a second, and it's more of trip-related than it is specific Carnival Conquest. But if you go on the Carnival Conquest, I almost guarantee you're going to have this issue. And that issue is the Wi-Fi.
Oh. Woo! If you see the vlogs.
Yeah, I have never on any ship ever had Wi-Fi so bad as the Carnival Conquest.
We could not get on Instagram. And we had the social plan.
We had the social plan.
And I hear if you do the more expensive, internets, they didn't have as much issues.
Right.
But we also heard it was probably related to the age of the ship, which we were hoping they would fix in the dry dock. I can't guarantee that they did.
Yeah, don't know that they did. From what I've heard, they haven't. So literally nothing would load. Nothing. And you guys know, if you follow me over on Facebook, or Instagram, you know that every cruise, I like to give you guys live updates. So if I'm able to, we'll go live on Facebook. If I'm able to, we'll post photos every single day, taking
on
you guys
Instagram?
right on Instagram, and it goes to Facebook too. We were not able to do any of that.
No.
Like literally, we went on that cruise and we went dark. Okay, like it was. And again, this sounds like really like small, and you know, like you want to be
And
like.
that's what I say. It's specific.
You
want to
be
you're
like,
a social person.
oh, put your phone down and enjoy the cruise. Well, yes, except for this is kind of my job. Is nothing would load, and it was very frustrating to kind of sit there and like try and get it to load, and it you know, like it would tease you because it would almost get up.
Yeah.
And then
you would get the blue line,
and then it would get no internet connection, and it was like, come on. So yeah,
I think at 4 in the morning maybe it would
yeah,
work.
when like everybody's asleep, huh? So that was the biggest problem. Like I said, it's not an issue if you're not, you know, if you don't want to care for, you know, to keep in touch with things. But like for me, like, you know, I tell people like, you know, hey, I'm gonna post photos so you can come along on the cruise with us. Well then, you know, I'm not able to do that, so that's kind of an issue. So if, you know, you do want to be able to post photos of your cruise vacation, stay in touch with family, make sure the dog's okay back at home, then you may have an issue on the Carnival Conquest.
Unless you purchase like the premium internet plan.
Yeah, well, we can't guarantee that though, because we didn't get that. We did not get that, so we
but
can't
I mean, I've
guarantee
heard from other ships that sometimes have slower internet, stuff like that, that people that couldn't do anything on social, if they purchased the premium, they were able to.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it happened that on the Conquest.
That is the bad, well, for the ship related. Now, the other two bad things that we have, let's get, and by the way, we're going to be talking about Balmoral in just a second. So you guys have been waiting to hear about Balmoral Island. Well, you're going to find out what happened at Balmoral Island. So, debarkation in Fort Lauderdale is a nightmare, okay? Just honestly.
So is embarkation.
For a carnival.
So is embarkation for other people other than us.
Yes. Their system, I don't know what they're doing. They need to take a 45-minute drive south and look at what Miami's doing, because they got their stuff together down there. Fort Lauderdale, I'm telling you.
Unless you have mobile passport.
Even then, it was.
Well, but that's because we didn't have it when we first got off the ship. I had to download it. If you'd have had it, if you have mobile passport, it does make it faster. But if you don't, I'm sorry.
It's just the lines are awful. I have never like seen such an awful process for debarkation and when we went through embarkation, we literally were like jumping up and down that we had priority. Because if we didn't, it would have taken us like 2 hours to get on that boat.
Or at least it felt like
I'm telling you. I'm serious. It would have taken us like 2 hours.
It was scary.
The lines are way too long. Like, they need to figure out a way to move those things faster. So that whole process, just be prepared. Be prepared. You're gonna wait, okay? Like,
unless you're priority.
Yeah, unless you've got Faster to the Fun, or you are a Diamond Platinum, or you're a Sweet Guest, you are going to wait.
And then like for debarkation, if you have mobile passport, it will be a little faster.
A little faster, but you're still gonna wait. It's just be ready for it, because it's gonna happen, okay? So there's that now. So now let's talk about Balmoral Island. So if you guys remember, let me take you back really quick. So the first time we went to Balmoral Island was on the MSC Divina back in April, and we just got the basic package, the basic beach day package. But it was amazing. It was perfect. The food was amazing. The drinks were amazing. The beach was amazing. Everything was great.
It was a really good day, and that's why we wanted to go back again on the Conquest.
Right. It was like stress-free, worry-free. If you've ever been to Nassau, or you've heard the horror stories of Nassau, Nassau can be a very challenging place. You know, that with everybody that wants to sell you something, or braid your hair, or just get up in your face,
or just the increased crime.
Yeah. It doesn't have a good reputation right now.
Yeah.
So Balmoral Island, it was stress-free. It was worry-free. We were ready for that again. Yeah. So we get over there this time on the Conquest, and we've got, let me go and say, we've got the deluxe package.
That's offered through Carnival.
Yeah, that is offered through Carnival Cruise Lines. And I'm going to tell you, as of today, as of what I know right now, do not get the deluxe package. It's not worth it.
Do the basic.
Yeah. If you go, you get the basic package, because it's not worth spending that extra money. Let me tell you what happened. So, we got the deluxe package. The deluxe package said what was the proper wording on it?
It said you get lunch, and it was like they described foods that really aren't even on the menu.
No. What did it say on the bracelet?
On the bracelet, it said your lunch and a non-alcoholic drink.
And that's what it was. It said lunch included and non-alcoholic drink. Now on Carnival's website, when you go to the Balmoral Islands description for the deluxe package, it said, I don't remember the exact wording of it right off the top of my head, but it says something to the effect of you get to choose off of the anything off the menu basically.
Well, they didn't say anything. It was like there was different items, but it wasn't even items that were listed on their menu.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even items that were listed on Balmoral's menu that they have.
Like they have
there.
a lettuce wrap and different
like stuff that when you read it on Carnival's website, you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds like really nice food. Let me get that, and I'll go ahead and up my experience at Balmoral Island. Treat yourself that day, right? Now, when you think non-alcoholic drink, I'm thinking, okay, so that means
sodas.
you got sodas, you got smoothies, you got lemonade, you got orange, whatever.
Juices,
it's just something that doesn't have any alcohol in it, right? So we get there and we get up there and I say that I want the fish and chips, which was $17.99, which is what it costs, okay? And the lady says, I'm sorry, you can't have that. You have to choose off this menu over here. Now, everything over there on that menu costs $22 something.
If you were paying regularly.
Yeah, if you were paying regular money, like if we didn't have the package, $22 something, right?
So we wanted something cheaper.
Now, the hamburger and hot dog lunch that was the next option down from the
experience.
The deluxe.
It's not the deluxe. It's just like with lunch or something.
Yeah, which was a hamburger and hot dog. That was what, $29 cheaper.
I'm trying to think. Ours was, I think, $79. And I want to say maybe it was $60.
$79 and $60, yeah.
Maybe, but I mean, it's cheaper. But I mean, up front, you're getting a brown bag lunch of like a hamburger, and that's what they got.
Right. So here I am expecting to order something, off the menu here, and she's telling me no. She wants me to choose something that's more expensive. So basically,
which was barbecued chicken.
Yeah, it was barbecue chicken Kong. It was like basic, like it was stuff.
There was 3 items.
They call it their Sunday special, and it's from what I've heard, it's the same thing every day. So they just changed the name. It's Monday special, Tuesday special, whatever. Okay, no big deal. The thing is everything on that list was priced at $22, but we were getting it included. The thing that I wanted was $17. So even if she would have let me get the fish and chips, they would have still made $3 off of me because, yeah, whatever, I can do math. They would have made money off of me because what I wanted over here with the fish and chips was cheaper than what they were trying to give me that was included in my package. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I mean, we've had feedback, that you're being too nitpicky and too,
Right. It's not that.
It's the premise of customer service. If you're offering a service,
you need to
honor
give
what
you advertise. You need to offer what you advertise. So we took that feedback. Oh wait, no. Then we get to the drink. Oh, then it gets better. So we get to the drink. We buy a soda with our lunch there because we're like, oh, we want to save this and get like
$3 a cup.
Yeah.
One little cup was $3.
We buy that soda. We said we're gonna save our wristbands so that we can get like a smoothie later on or something.
Non-alcoholic.
Yeah, non-alcoholic smoothie.
Because they offered them.
What the wristband said. So we wait later. We go up to get it. They say, "Oh no, you'll have to go over to this counter and get it." We go over to this like side counter, like out some door with like nobody around it. Like the whole party's over there and we're over here. And we said, "Hey, we'd like to have a smoothie." And she says, "Oh no, with that you only get a soft drink. You can have soda." And it was like 3 sodas. Like they had like Sprite, Dr. Pepper, and Coke. And that was like it. It was like, this definitely says non-alcoholic drink. I know soda's non-alcoholic.
It doesn't say soda. If it's going to say soda,
if you want to say soda, if you want to give me a soda, then you need to put on there soda. You don't need to put on there non-alcoholic. I know soda's not alcoholic,
So the short of that is I went back to guest services on Carnival, and I went on the ship, and I took the description of the shore excursion with me. And
She
also,
like opened the book and she like highlighted it and everything. Okay.
I'm very meticulous, but I also kept, because you didn't get your drink. You was so mad. You didn't even
so
get your
mad.
drink.
I was like, I don't even want this. Let's just
So
go.
I saved the coupon off his wristband and I took it back to them and I said, as you see, we didn't even get this because they wouldn't even offer what they're advertising. So Carnival went above and beyond what they needed to, and they refunded us part of our excursion back because we were not 100% satisfied.
Yeah.
You know, plus the lady was rude.
Yeah, on top of that, like when I wanted that, she was like, no,
Carnival,
you can't have
Balmoral.
that. No, yeah, Balmoral Island. And Carnival had voiced that, you know, they were having some issues with, you know, the Bahamians and just the tour operators in the Bahamas lately.
That they were being rude.
Yeah,
so,
just rude to customers.
Yeah.
So they were aware, and apparently we were not the first ones that had an issue.
But Carnival went above and beyond by refunding us part of our excursion.
Very, very grateful to Carnival for that. They definitely helped ease the experience because I'm telling you, like, we were ready to come back. Like when
our blood was boiling.
Yeah, I was ready to come back and be like, you just wait till the vlog hears about this. They are not gonna. Like I was ready to go off.
You was going off on the video. I think you cut it because you was literally ranting on the island.
Oh yeah. I was like pacing up and down the beach, just like going like, this stupid island. Oh, I was so mad. But Carnival ended up rectifying it. Yeah, right. I know. Yeah, out in the comments, spoiled, but no. Like we said, we just when I'm here to give you guys a proper review. So when something does not meet like what is outlined, not even expectations, but just what is outlined in the description, there needs to be something to correct that so that it doesn't keep happening, you know? So Carnival ended up correcting that. We are very grateful for that.
That's why we love Carnival.
That was probably the worst, that was probably the worst experience we've ever had on anything tour related, cruise related.
And I told Carnival that. I said, I'm not the type of person to complain. I mean, I don't want to get somebody in trouble or complain.
We're not one to stand down in the guest services line every cruise and say, this is what you did wrong. This is what you did wrong.
I've never been to guest services.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And I felt bad about doing it, but also knowing that was just so wrong, I felt like they needed to be aware of it.
We didn't want it to keep happening to other people, you know?
Yeah.
So that is the good, the meh, and the bad of the Carnival Conquest. Of course, not a lot of bad there. Like I said, a fantastic ship. If you're thinking about sailing on it, please do so. You will have a fantastic time. Now, I have got something very, very special in this package right here. So, the giveaway, what we're going to be doing is if you have already ordered anything at all off of joshholcomb.com, which is my website. It should be flashing somewhere or on the screen or something, or it'll be in the description. It's somewhere. It's probably paid.
It's in, you know, lights with, you know, fireworks going off.
Now she's trying to put some extra editing on me. If you have ordered anything off of there at all, or if you place an order by next Saturday, 10/28, October 28th, 2017, okay? If you place an order on anything, you will be entered to win a free signature phone case. Mama Holcomb has actually got it on her phone, so if you guys want to see what it looks like, this is, so she actually has an iPhone 6, and it fits on an iPhone 6. The case is meant for an iPhone 7, so it is a really, let's see if I can open it up. And show you guys. It's a really durable case. And if you guys have ever heard of the brand name Tech 21, that's actually what I use on my phone. They use them in the Apple Store a lot. They'll literally take your phone and throw it across the floor, and it'll just bounce. That's how durable the case is. The case is made much like that. So it's got a nice rubber shell around it, nice bumpers on the side, firm buttons to use, and of course your camera hole and everything. But
I mean, I've used this one now since I ordered it, and I mean,
since I ordered it, I brought it in. I was so excited to put on my iPhone 7, and she was like, "Oh, phone case." It's got our Cruising Life and the Sea together quote on it, and of course JH down in the bottom corner.
Which is also the same thing on the beach towel.
That's right, it is on the beach towel, which is a fantastic beach towel, by the way. You should go get one of those. I'm not giving it away, but you should go get one. You'll get that as well as something special from me in the bag. Actually, a couple somethings special in the bag for me. So all you got to do is go on over to joshholcomb.com, get you something nice. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can be something big. It could be something small. If you do that, you'll be entered into the win. I'll be announcing the winner next Sunday in a very, very special video. I think you guys are gonna like this one.
You probably know what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take any guesses though. We'll see you guys on Monday. We'll see you on Monday. Yeah, just wear, right? We'll see you on Monday for the Carnival Pride Day 4 Part 1. Bye, guys.
Bye.